All right, welcome to episode 94 of the 2-Minute Warning. First year of the NFL this year with a 7-seed playoff, absolutely making it interesting. Today we're going to be looking at the AFC playoff picture, where there's about 10 teams that you can argue can make the playoffs. Jay, who do you got in the playoffs?
I think the Steelers will eventually take a loss, whether it be to the Bills, the Colts, the Ravens. I think they could possibly lose all three. I doubt they will, but I do think they'll take a loss. The undefeated reign will end. They'll fall to 2 seed. I think the Chiefs win out from here. The toughest game is really like Miami. They do got to play the Saints and the Bucks, but really if I'm betting on the offense, I think the Chiefs will still win out. So the Chiefs went out. They finished 15-1. Steelers, I'll say, of those 3 games, just because come like week 17 against the Colts, their second seed will almost be locked. They'll probably drop that. In between the Ravens and the Bills, they'll drop another one. So I think they finished 14-2 at the 2 seed. Chiefs at the bye. I think the Bills continue to stay hot. That Cardinals game they shouldn't even lose, so they should only have 2 losses right now. They'll continue to stay hot. Pretty much win out. I think they finished probably 12-4, 13-3, get the 3rd seed. Colts and Titans fighting for that last 4th seed. Even though the Titans just lost to the Colts terribly, and they get to play again in Indianapolis, so that's obviously not in the Titans' advantage. I'm going to roll the Titans for the division just because the Colts' upcoming schedule is brutal. And they got Steelers, Packers, Titans again.
Houston again, who I think gets the game off.
Yeah, Houston twice. And obviously Deshaun Watson and them aren't that great this year, but they have numbers. They can put up the offense, and I do think they'll steal a game. So Titans will go 4th seed, Colts 5th seed. I got number 6 seed, the 6th seed. Miami Dolphins. I think the Raiders fall out. I think Tua continues on his hot streak. They're 6-3 right now. The next 3 games are Jets, Broncos, Bengals. They're going to go 9-3. Tua's going to go 6-0 as a rookie. Make a case for Rookie of the Year. Possibly win it if he gets them into the playoffs. Then after that, they play the Chiefs. They'll obviously take a loss to that. And the next toughest game is probably the Bills. And then they'll lose that, in my opinion. So go to 11-5, take the 6th seed. And then at the 7th seed, I got the Baltimore Ravens, who will actually match up with the Steelers, 2-7 seed, first round of the playoffs. That'll be interesting. But Baltimore, they still got to play the Titans this week. I think they'll lose. They got to play the Packers. I think they'll lose the second time, or the Steelers, my bad. I think they'll lose again. He gets swept by the Steelers, falling to 11-5. And I think there's another tough game along the way. I just don't see them topping out Miami or the Colts. I got them as 7th seed.
All right, that was all right. So for 1 and 2. I'm gonna put Chiefs above Steelers. I think that the Steelers are bound to lose a game. They've had a couple close calls, so I'm gonna go Chiefs. Steelers, I still think will win the 2nd seed or get the 2nd seed. I think the Bills will be number 3. They're looking pretty good. Like Jay mentioned, shouldn't have lost to the Cardinals. It was a real close game. So I'm gonna put the Bills at 3. It's sort of a toss-up between the 2 Titans and Colts. I like the Titans. I think that they have a little bit of an easier schedule than the Colts, so I'm going to take them. I think they'll take the next game against the Colts. And then the wild cards where it gets a little interesting. I'm going to say that it goes Colts, Raiders, Dolphins. I like the Raiders. I think they look really good. And personally, I don't think that the Ravens are looking all that good. I mean, who they just lose to? Cam Newton and the Patriots. Not a very good quality team. And you mentioned they got 2 more losses, I think, coming up. I think they'll lose the Titans. So I'm gonna say the Colts, who just barely lose their division. Then Raiders, who have been looking real hot in my opinion, and Dolphins. I think that all those teams are good quality teams that will put up a good fight in the first round. The only one I'm questionable about right now is Dolphins. They got a tough schedule coming up. If they can manage to steal a couple of their last 4 games, which against solid teams, I think that they'll for sure make it. If not, I might throw in Ravens, yeah.
All right. My first couple seeds are going to be similar to Jay's, in my opinion. I do think the Chiefs are going to win out from this point on and go 15-1 and take the 1 seed. You named 3 teams that the Steelers have to play: the Bills, the Ravens again, and then
Colts.
There's a 3rd team that's
Colts
pretty solid.
17.
So between the Colts, Ravens, and Bills, I think somehow Pittsburgh manages to drop 2 out of those 3 games and finish 14-2 at the 2 seed. So I got Chiefs, Steelers. Steelers, of course, still going to be a very good team, and I think can rival that Chiefs team for a possible win later in the playoffs. I do have the winner of the AFC East as the Bills, taking the 3rd seed. I think they'll end up 12-4. I think even more likely a 13-3 team right there. I think it's a very solid team led by Josh Allen. And then the 4th seed, I got the AFC South winner in the Indianapolis Colts. What I see happening to the Titans, I think with the Titans still having to play the Texans once more this season, I think the Texans will get a game off of them. That seems to be what happens every season is the Texans either manage to split with them or sweep them. So I got Houston taking one more game from the Titans. I got the Titans losing this weekend to Baltimore. Baltimore is obviously not.
That game will determine a lot.
That's a very important game. Baltimore may not be this fantastic team that they may seem like sometimes, but I think they're going to take that game from Tennessee. And then I see the Titans also losing that second matchup against the Colts and getting swept there by the Colts in the division. So that's 3 more losses that I think the Titans will definitely suffer, plus maybe a couple more mixed in there. So I think the Titans are going to drop out of the playoff picture in my opinion. And I got the Colts at the 4 seed. And then followed up by the Raiders, who are currently sitting at 6-3. I got them in the 5 seed. That's a team that still has to play the Chiefs out of their next 7 games. I think their only 2 losses they're going to suffer are to the Chiefs and to the Chargers, who have that electric offense led by Justin Herbert. So I still think, and I think they're going to lose to the Colts. So I think the Raiders would take only 3 more losses, putting at 10-6, solid 5 spot. And then I got Tua and the Dolphins for me in the 6th spot. Very solid team. Tua's just came in, started winning games. Out of their 7 remaining games, I only have them losing to 2 teams, which are the Chiefs and the Raiders. So they're gonna run it and finish. I'm sure that puts them 11-5.
You think they'll beat the Bills?
I think the Dolphins will beat the Bills in their second matchup and split, which I just mixed those up. This puts my prediction with Dolphins at the 5 seed and Raiders in the 6 seed, and then my 7 seed is the Baltimore Ravens, who will be a very good 7 seed in my opinion, which will put them first round against the Steelers. Chiefs get the bye. Steelers Ravens first round. I think that'll be a really interesting game. But again, my wildcard spots go Dolphins 5, Raiders 6, Ravens 7, with my top 4 spots going Chiefs, Steelers, Bills, and the Colts.
So just to confirm, none of us have the Browns coming in.
Which is tough to say, but I don't think
we all have the Dolphins. Do you have the Dolphins making it? We all have the Dolphins making it. Me and Wade have the Colts making it. I have the Ravens making it.
So does he.
Yeah, I have the Ravens and not the Raiders. He has the Raiders, Ravens, Dolphins, no Titans.
No Titans.
Who do you not have making it?
Ravens.
He has no Ravens.
Yeah, the 3 teams I got right on the outside looking in are the Titans at the 8 seed, Browns at the 9 seed, and Patriots at the 10 seed. That's just based off NFL standings. I don't see that team as a playoff caliber team, but I mean, I guess there are 3 spots on the outside.
The Pats have been looking pretty good. They might surprise us and steal a few more games, get some solid teams, and maybe sneak in.
If
But
Cam never
just by
had
beating the
it-
Ravens, I mean, they upped their stock pretty high. So
I mean, they're 4-5, right? I mean,
yeah. So they're not totally out of it. He's right.
they finished 10-6. They could easily snag one of those spots, but that's going to require a lot of hard
Yeah.
work from them. I mean, I haven't looked at their schedule, but it's
They
probably
can't afford another division loss.
Yeah, in my opinion, based off what I have, the big surprise that I still think will happen is the Colts taking that AFC South division.
And the Titans not making it at all.
Not making it at all because, like I said, I think they're going to drop that second game to the Colts and to the Texans. That puts 2 more divisional losses, plus this weekend against Baltimore.
And if I'm not mistaken, they got to play the Packers. The Colts have to play the Packers. So
That is absolutely true. So yeah, that's 4 games I think they'll lose, which puts them at a maximum of 9-7.
Sounds good.
All right, 2 minute warning.